Man, we have to break down Tesla in this video, which I'm sure you guys have seen at this point. Their stock went up a good chunk after earnings, and it's been all downhill over the past couple of days to the point where now we're at a fresh low on the 4-hour chart. We're taking out the lows from post earnings, which you guys probably remember. We dumped right after earnings. You can see to about 180. Then we rallied up to about 205-ish. Now we're down to 175, and we actually hit 173 at the low earlier today. That might have been in the pre-market. But either way, man, this is looking ugly. We have to break down the charts and talk a little bit about what's going on here with Tesla. So hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. We're trying to get the 50,000 subs this year, and you might as well follow me on TikTok and on X. Those are linked down below. And with that being said, let's dive into it, guys. So check it out. Again, Tesla's not looking good, and today when I'm making this video, it went down over $4, 2.3% in the red, and it closed at $176 per share. And again, clearly we're downtrending, which, don't worry, we'll talk about the charts here in a second. But first, let me show you guys this article right here, which will kind of summarize a little bit of what's going on regarding the recent drop here in the stock price. So this article, based on the headline, you guys can see Tesla shares skid after China sales fell to the lowest level in over a year. So you guys can see here, where is it at? On Monday, we got news. This news here that sales declined in February in China, where it likely faced a slowdown, obviously, during the Lunar New Year holidays, which I feel like a lot of people are forgetting about, which we'll talk about here in a second. So Tesla sold 60,365 China-made vehicles in February, down 19% from a year earlier, and the lowest volume since December 2022, according to data from the China Passenger Car Association. And Tesla's Shanghai factory makes Model Y and Model 3 electric cars for the local market, Europe, and other countries, and accounted for over half of Tesla's global deliveries last year. So the big risk here with Tesla, guys, is they have a lot of exposure to China, right? So if China's struggling, Tesla's going to be struggling, right? That's a big part of their market. Very similar with Apple and the iPhone and their market being tied to China. We saw how, iPhones are struggling heavily in China right now, which we're not going to obviously talk about that in this video, but it's very similar, right? There's a lot of competition in China. We have BYD when it comes to, electric cars. We have Huawei when it comes to the smartphone side of things when it comes to China, right? So it's very similar there. And we can see China's Lunar New Year holidays fell in February, reducing car purchasing activities, which, okay, we got to cut them some slack there. That kind of makes sense. And Tesla has introduced, of course, a series of price cuts and incentives to fend off slowing demand and rising competition from Chinese rivals such as BYD, which we just talked about. And man, look at those Model 3s right here, guys. It looks like, actually no, that's an X on the right. On the left, we have a Model 3. But I actually really like that red. I actually really, really like that red color. For some reason, it just looks super slick on the Model 3 there. So we can see it's been a perfect storm of headwinds for Tesla in China. This was a negative data point that adds fuel to the fire around the stock. Wedbush analyst Dan Ives said, yep, that makes sense. It looks like BYD on Monday launched a new version of its best-selling car at a lower price, at a price lower rather than the final price of its discontinued predecessor, escalating a price war with rivals. BYD also saw its sales fall 37% to 122,000 in February from a year earlier. That's a big drop there. So yeah, that's kind of the news here, guys. Tesla is slowing down. Their sales in China are slowing down, but we got to cut them, some slack considering it was the Lunar New Year in China. It fell in February. A lot of things slowed down, but still, we got that news. The stock is getting destroyed. Again, we're at a fresh low here on this 4-hour chart. And if I draw this channel out, you guys can see now we're actually at the bottom of the channel, which we were just at right after earnings, right around the time when the company reported earnings. Then we got the fake out rally afterwards. Boom, right? We tried breaking out to the top of the channel. We even got above the moving averages a little bit, but clearly that didn't last long. We got rejected, and now we're back to the bottom of the channel. And now I'm kind of hoping for more downside here. And before you guys are like, Stas, what are you talking about? Dislike, unsubscribe. Before you say all that, listen, I want to buy Tesla. I'm not in it right now, so I would consider buying some stock in the company if it were to come down to 150. If we're able to get a leg down to 150, I'm in, right? I'm in at least with a starter position. We'll see if it even gets there. It probably won't, considering I want to buy in. It's not going to get there, guys, for that sole reason. But let's say if I bought in today, guess what? It would go to 150. Funny how that works, right? I want it to go to 150. It's not going to go to 150. But if I bought at the higher price, it will go to 150. So, with that logic, guys, I might as well just buy today. We'll see. Might as well, right? But yeah, it's at the bottom of the channel right now, pretty beaten down at 173. So let's see, man. We're not fully breaking the lows yet from a couple of weeks ago, but we're pretty much at the lows from a couple of weeks ago here, which is why I'm saying and kind of holding out for that next leg down. If we do break under this 170 mark, who knows? That momentum could take us down to the 150s, or at least, again, that's kind of what I'm hoping for at this point. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments about Tesla, which it's been rough. And today we had a red day in the midst of a green day for the stock market. We had all the indexes up. A lot of individual stocks went up. I mean, a lot of individual stocks went up. So, yeah, rough day for Tesla. Let me know down below in the comments, guys. Are you buying the stock here? Are you selling? Are you worried it's going to go lower or just holding? Again, you heard where I'm coming from. I want to buy more at 150. So let me know in the comments. And yeah, let's see how these indexes do moving forward, guys. We have SPY about $3 to $4 off of the all-time highs here, as we are bouncing off the 50 SMA here on the 4-hour chart. And it looks like we have the same thing going on Triple Q. Yup, bouncing off the 50 SMA. Looks like we're about a couple bucks off of the all-time highs as of now. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for a moo, each up to $2,000. Use that link down below, open up your account and fund it with your initial $100 deposit. You get 5 stocks and fund it with at least $1,000. You get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks, and again, each of those could be valued up to $2,000. So get on it. Use that link down below. And with that being said, guys, I'll catch you all later.